Hey everyone, it's Brett from Hope to Prosper, and I'm here at Carlsbad State Beach with my brother Rex and my dog Bailey, and I'm thinking about financial independence today, so that's what I plan to talk about. All right, have an awesome day, and thank you for coming along. We appreciate you. I want to talk today about financial independence. This is kind of a trendy subject when the FIRE movement was at its peak a couple years ago, but it's kind of seemed to drop off the radar lately. I think that financial independence, it's been the biggest dream and the biggest accomplishment in my lifetime. And I want to share my dream with you because I think it could help or maybe even inspire others. So let's talk about the disappearing dream. One of the reasons I want to talk about Financial Independence Day is because it seems like the American dream is slipping away. Especially for younger people. And it's not just in America either. This is happening in Canada, Australia, England, Europe, places like Italy where kids live at home when they're 40. So things have changed. You know, the old plan of go to school, get a good job, buy a house, raise a family, and then retire. It's more difficult today. It seems like it's kind of treacherous to navigate. Between the student loan, or the costs of college and student loans, and then the costs of housing, and then, inflation, everything. It seems like only like the top earners have a chance these days, and that's sad. Where I live, houses are well over $1.5 million. It takes two professional incomes just to pay the mortgage. And in the old days, 30 years ago, roughly, I was able to do it on a single income. So things have definitely changed. And this disappearing dream, it's not only affecting young people either. Their parents and grandparents are getting pulled into it. And it's jeopardizing a lot of people's retirements. Between parents and grandparents helping kids with their student loans, their weddings, buying houses, it's putting a major strain on anyone, living on a fixed income or trying to save up for retirement. It's really derailing a lot of people's retirement. So this is affecting everyone. And anyways, I didn't want to bring all this up just to bum anyone out or go into a big negative zone. Most people are already aware of these challenges, especially young people. I just want to present a solution that I think could help people, especially my younger viewers. If you're on here and you're middle-aged or younger, this really could help you out a lot. So, by the way, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. Thank you to my longtime viewers. I appreciate you so much. And my name is Brett, and this channel is about early retirement skills and adventure. And adventure is about to come up on here, but for right now, we're talking about skills today. So I think these are things that could help people. So first of all, let's talk about pay yourself first. This is something that's very near and dear to my heart. 41 years ago, way back when I was 19 years old and I had just moved out, somebody gave me a little book called The Richest Man in Babylon. And I read it and I learned one of the most profound secrets of the financial universe. I learned that some part of everything that I earned is mine to keep for myself, that I should not give it away. I learned to pay myself first, and then I paid my bills, and then I paid for my living expenses after I had saved and invested. It was so simple, it was so elegant, that I was just stunned it was even possible. There it was though, and there was no way to dispute it. All I had to do was save and invest some portion of my income, 10% minimum I would say, and I could become wealthy in the future and financially independent. It was kind of stunning to me. Barring some big financial catastrophe or a health problem or something, catastrophic happening to me, it was kind of almost certain, like mathematically, it was just going to be that way. So it was so easy. In fact, I didn't even get started for another 2 years. But when I was 21, a friend of mine got me started investing, and then I have saved and invested ever since. I want to talk next about the saddest outcome. All this is common knowledge. Everybody knows you can save and invest and affect your financial future. There's so many good books about it, like The Richest Man in Babylon, or The Automatic Millionaire, Your Money or Your Life, the whole FIRE movement. So this is really common knowledge. So I'm shocked that so few people actually do it. Well under half of the people right now are saving and investing for their future, which, I don't know, it shocks me. I know things are tough, but things have always been tough. So one of the saddest things I see in my lifetime, and I'm going to tell you, I'm old, so I've seen a lot of stuff, but if you're younger, I want to tell you something. When you work with people your whole life, and you get near retirement age, and you've saved up and they're still broke, it's sad. It's sad. These are people you love. These are people you care about. They're good, hardworking, honest people, and they work their whole life, and they have nothing for themselves. So don't be that person, Be the person saving up. And so, and it's not just old people. I'm watching young people right now. Man, they work hard. They're putting themselves through college. They're paying student loans, and they keep nothing for themselves. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. But when you keep nothing for yourselves, if you Uber eat all your food and then you go out, party on Saturday nights and Friday nights, I did it all, trust me. Besides the Uber Eats, we didn't have that. But I remember drinking up all my money when I was young. But after a point, you have to say to yourself, I have to keep something for me and spend the rest. They literally are working their butts off, and then they give away everything they earn to everyone else and have nothing for themselves. And then the sad part of this is they have no cushion. They have no security. They have no promise of a financial future. They're just on a big, huge treadmill, and they're literally, everyone else is stealing their income. And if their car breaks or they lose their job, they're going to be screwed. They don't seem to mind living like this or even want to change, but it's the saddest thing I see in my life. So let's talk about something more positive, right? It's never too late. It is never too late to change. If you're young and you're early in your career, you can dramatically change your financial future just by committing to save and invest 10% of your income. And yes, you can do it. I raised a family of 3 on $21,000, and later a family of 4 on $27,000. And I know that was a long time ago, but that was not a lot of money, especially not in Southern California. So I can tell you, I did it. You could do it too. If you're middle-aged and, you haven't started, you could still catch up and secure your future by saving around 20%. And I know, yes, it's hard to save 20% when you got a mortgage and 2 car payments and all that. But, if you commit to it, you can do it. And then you would have a more secure future. You would have a retirement. You're probably only 20 years out or so, maybe 25, 30 from my age. And so now's a good time to start, because if you wait till you're my age, you're going to be too late. So if you are my age, if you're approaching retirement and you haven't saved anything, don't stress over it. There's not much you could do about it now. You don't need, first of all, you don't need $1 million to retire. That's a big misnomer. You can retire off Social Security and some extras, or maybe work part-time or whatever. So don't stress over it. Just commit to save whatever you can now, so that you have some cushion, so that when you are in retirement and your furnace goes out or whatever, you have something to carry you through. Let's talk next about living the dream, right? 16 years ago, way back in 2008, I wrote a post on my blog called I Have a Dream. And my dream was about financial freedom. I didn't think of financial independence at the time. I just called it freedom. And I'll put a link down below, because it's a neat article. And I wrote it when I was really desperate. And so it has a lot of emotion in it. Anyways, I had this nightmare job, and I was dreaming about financial freedom. I was just dreaming about getting away. But I realized, man, I'm stuck on a treadmill. I have no choice but to keep working to pay my bills. I got no options. Thankfully, I smartened up and I ditched that crappy job, and I got the best job of my career. And so things got a lot better for me. But I never forgot about that dream of financial freedom. And I never forgot about that feeling of being trapped. So I just kept saving and investing. And, 15 years later, I was in a similar situation where I was getting laid off. I was offered a job I really didn't want. It was kind of a grinder job. I could tell it was going to be one of those beat down grinder jobs. And, I would have had to accept it, except I had saved all those years and I didn't. I was able to say no to the grinder job. In fact, I no-showed on him. I sent him an email and I said, nah, I'm not coming. And then I decided to retire instead. And by the way, that was a fantastic choice for me. It was one of the smartest things I ever did. One of the best decisions I've made was to retire early, to get away from the stress and all of the demands and the expectations, and to live my own life. Right now, I'm the master of my own time. I'm the controller of my own financial destiny, and I'm not dependent on no one. And if you are anywhere near retirement and you can pull the trigger securely, man, I'm going to recommend it. I'm not going to recommend keep working. You may think you love your job, but wait till you try retirement. So let's wrap it up. We've gone a ways here, and I just want to say something. So in conclusion, I just want to say that, I'm no genius, and I've done almost as many things wrong investing as I've done right. But the one smart thing I did was to start saving and investing when I was 21 and just kept doing it throughout my working years. It wasn't always fun or easy to save, by the way. I know everybody's sitting there snickering saying, oh, yeah, it was easy for you. No, it wasn't easy for me. I didn't make a lot of money. We had a single income family. We live in a very expensive place. I have 2 kids. And it was hard to put that money away when I really needed it for my living expenses. But it was the one single thing that allowed me to gain my financial independence. And it also allowed me to retire on my own terms instead of having other people dictate to me what I could and couldn't do. Money is freedom in just the purest sense. So the truly great news is that this dream's available to everyone. It's available to you. If you're listening to this today, you could do this. I'm nobody talented or special, trust me. I worked really hard. I'll say that. But I never received an inheritance or any money from my parents. I moved out when I was 19, never asked my parents for another dime. They lent me a little money to help buy my house, but I saved up my own down payment. I put myself through college. I bought my own house. I paid for my own wedding. So I'm not saying any of this stuff just to brag about me. I'm just really saying this because I want to tell you that if you're anything like me, you could do this too. And so it's not impossible. It's not even rocket science. It's just a really simple choice. Anyone who's watching this video today can make the choice to pay themselves first, and then they could have a much, much brighter future. Okay, God bless. Okay, fun walk. Warm today, but man, right at the beach. How are you going to beat that? Bailey's pretty gassed, but we just put in a couple miles, nothing crazy. It was just really awesome to hang out with my brother and talk about life. We talked a lot about retirement and our plans, our future plans, and hey, man, it's awesome to have a brother to bounce stuff off of. All right, listen, love you guys. I will see you next week. Big adventure coming up. We are going to, Maria and I, we're going to Reno, and we're also going to Lake Tahoe. So I should have some cool new footage where I'm actually traveling. So anyways, I wish you all health, happiness, and prosperity in your lives. And I will see you next week on our next big adventure. And it will be an adventure. All right. Talk to you soon.